Hello everyone, Corrine here from Corrine's Crafts, and thank you for joining me today. It's Monday. You don't normally see videos from me on a Monday. I've delayed my Sunday one till today because it's the first Monday of the month, first Monday of June. So that means it's my colour challenge. Now, here is my colour palette for June. Look at these colours. Aren't they beautiful? So the first project I'm going to make is this one. Have I made the colour challenge? Now the colour challenge is all about me picking a colour palette, so you've got those colours, and then it's about making a project, whether it's paper craft, whether it's mixed media, whether it's soft craft, it's whatever craft you want, but using that. Is it going to be 3D? Is it going to be box making? Is it going to be fabrics? It's whatever you want. Now I thought this was absolutely gorgeous, a little bit different. I love how I managed to like get that splat effect. You'll see how I do that. Yeah, so please watch the video, see how I've done this, see how I've used those colours, and then I would love you to make your project in this colourway and then put a picture of it over on my Facebook post, and at the end of the month I will judge a winner for that. I've also got May's to judge as well now we've come to the end of May. So here is the first one. I'm going to give you a sneak peek because tomorrow, my Technique Tuesday, I'm going to make that one. It's gone. You'll have to watch tomorrow's video to see. So if you want to see how I make this one, stay watching and we'll get this one made. It's always exciting for me when it comes to that time of the month when we start doing my monthly colour challenge. I love this, and look at the colours that I have chosen today. We've got two different blues, two different maroons, a lighter one and a bit darker, and then this gorgeous rusty orange. And you can see, look at that. This is where the colour palette has been inspired from. Did it go that way? I think it might go that way actually. Look at that, got it upside down. This is where the inspiration came from these gorgeous natural leaves. I know it's very autumnal and we're in summer at the moment, but I just love this colour palette. Like I say, two burgundy maroons, two different blues, and the orange as well. So that's, remember that, and I'll bring that back in at the end and we'll see if I have matched that. So the first thing I'm going to do, actually straighten up my mat. There we go. Right, where we are, let's get a little bit straighter. There we are. Okay, so I have got a piece of watercolour card, and I'm just going to go over it with my anti-static bag. Always a good technique, always a good thing to get into. You'll see up here, these are my inks that I'm going to be using. You can see, look, two burgundies, two blues, and some orange as well. But I'm just going to pass those out of the way for a minute. I'm going to bring in my stamping platform. Let's move those out of the way. Right, I'm going to put my cardstock into my platform. Hold it down nice and tight. Now, I've had these from Sharon Callis. She launched these one day when I did a show on Create and Craft. She was launching these as well. So they're Sharon Callis craft designs. But you know what? They've just never been used. Who buys stuff that they never use? But you know my theory is we need to use what we bought. So I thought we'd wishing you a wonderful day. I like this one. And I'm going to pop that on the centre of my cardstock, just like that, making sure the wonderful is nice and straight. And then we're going to heat emboss that. So I'm going to heat emboss that in silver. Now I know that's not in my colour palette, but that's quite deliberate. That's why I want it. So I've got pigment ink pad. We've talked about pigment ink pads before. Pigment ink pad has larger particles on it, so they take longer to dry, and that means that you've got time to get your embossing powder on and for it to hold until you can get your heat gun on. So a bit of pressure. I will do the 3 because I need to know I've got plenty of ink on there, because look at that. Watercolour card and pigment inks, they work so well together, but they take some working. You need to really work, I think, to get pigment inks onto watercolour card. It works, but it's not like natural, because watercolour card is very porous, as you'd expect, because you're going to be using water on it, and it just sort of saps some of the moisture out of your inks. So I'm going to do a third one. We should do it like this. There we go. Just like that. Let's just make sure I've pressed all over. Right, so what I'm going to do, look at that. It looks like foiling, doesn't it, at that point? But it's not, it's inks. So what I'm going to do now is to make that silver a little bit stronger. You could go over with a clear embossing powder. I'm going to go over with a silver embossing powder. Gosh, this is old. Good job embossing powders never go off, isn't it? This is, gosh, it must be at least 6 years old, if not more. Right, make sure it's all over. Bend that off. I don't even need a spare piece of card. And I can give that a tap. And because I went over it with my anti-static bag, the powder has only stuck where I need it to. Now, I normally fast forward through heat gun. I'll stop talking because then I'll be able to speed it up rather than cut it out. And you can see how it changes. I love watching that happen. You never tire of it, do you? It really is a wonderful thing to watch. It's one of the most requested techniques that we do when we are demonstrating. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is bring in my inks, and there are my ink colours. Now, as well as my inks, I need some water and I need a paintbrush. And there's lots of different ways you can do this. I want to be able to control this. And I've also got my air blaster. What do you call it? Yeah, your blaster, which you don't normally do with watercolour. But I thought I wanted an effect, and so I wanted to be able to control it. I've got some kitchen paper towel, but I've also got my cloths as well. So I am well prepared. What I'm going to do actually is, I think what I might do is just get my larger brush for 1 minute. I'm just going to wet the card a little bit, only a little bit, just to sort of help what I want to do. It also flattens it out again. Now, I'm not going to mask it off because I want to go quite near to the edges. So that's just a little bit damp. So I'm going to get my first colour. So I'm going to start with orange, I think. I tried lots of different orange. I tried that orange, and I also put a little bit of my Duet Clementine in, but they're very, very similar. So it didn't really do a great deal. I need my water spray, which is up this end. So you've seen my bottle of water spray, which is really helpful. So you can just do this with your brush if you wanted to. So I'm just going to pop that onto there. Then I'm going to get my card and I'm just going to bend it a little bit and pick up a little bit of the water. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of spray it, push it. That's it. Now, if there's anywhere that it doesn't go, what you need to do is bring in hopefully you can still see that, and then just put on a little bit more ink if you want, so you can completely control it as well. I'm just going to pop a little bit more up at that end. Now, I don't know if this is a technique or whether it's just me having fun. Ah, that's it. You see, I wanted those little spidery legs bits on it. There we go. So once I've got that, I'm going to leave the orange there. I'm just going to dry this off. But what I want is, I want it a bit stronger. So I'm just going to go back in with and add a little bit more. You could pick it up like I did before, or you can control it like I'm doing. And just keep adding on a little bit of layer. If you feel like you need it a bit stronger, go in with a bit that's not as diluted down. Because I like to see I like it to be sort of different shades. Ah, that's coming up nice and strong. Look, you can see. Just patting all over. Now, I'm gonna get rid of that. If necessary, I might have to put some more down for another bit. I'm gonna put my paintbrush in the water. Let's get rid of that and let's dry this. Now, that's not bone dry, but it's fairly dry, and that's all I needed for now. So then I'm going to pick up another colour. Let's go blue. So I'm going to come now to get it to this shade, because this is a little bit turquoisey. I sort of made my shade up. So I'm going to pop a bit of that one on, and then I'm going to come in with my Duet at the side. So don't worry if you can't find the perfect match. Just let's do it with there. Spray a little bit. I only wanted to spray a little bit of water because I found that that's what I was sometimes doing, was over watering them. And that now look much closer in colour, aren't they? Much, much closer. There we go. So I'm going to just put that to one side a minute. I'm going to bend it where I want it, and I'm going to pick it up. Now, this is why... Oops, that's not picked up very much. This is why I... what did I do? I wet my card first. I've totally forgotten what I was going to say. But it's all about controlling where that ink goes. So we can pop that on. Beautiful colours. And we're going to do the same on here. Now, if you're finding you're not getting those little spidery legs, I'm going to just... that's better. I just thought it was nicer to have a little bit of a pattern going off the edge there. Oops. Like that. That's what I was going to say. That's why I'm drying it between, is so that we don't get mud. I knew I was going to say something. If you just keep applying all your colours one after the other whilst the last colour's still wet, you're just going to get muddy marks. So let's just add a little bit. Just keep adding that. And can you see the silver is acting as a resist? So because it's got pigment ink pads, it's not going to cover up. The ink won't cover that up. So we're getting there. And I'm going to come in now with my plum jam. I love this colour. I'm just going to use that one on its own. Just pop that down there. And I'm just going to make sure my brush is clean. I don't want to make purple. I want it burgundy. I didn't even spray that. I just pop that down. So actually I think I'm going to need it a little bit more. Looks a little bit watery. Just putting that down. This is why I love my glass mat, because I've got so much control. So let's pick up the next colour. There's lots of different ways you can do this. You could be applying it to plastic, put your paint on your inks onto plastic, and then putting it onto your card that way. Now it's gone a bit low, so what I'm just going to do is just dab it off there. But you can just apply it however you want. So we can just put these onto here. I'm just going to get them nice and wet at the end so we can get some patterns going. Let's just see if I can spray a few little... Now, when I did this, you'll see my practice one in a minute. They were spraying all over the place, and they're not spraying today. That's wetter. That's better. That's better. I'm being a bit too gentle with the water, aren't I? So let's dry that. I'm going to do the rest. I'll keep it going so you can see it, but I'll stop talking and I'll just speed it up a little bit because you've seen me do it. So let's just keep going. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. Look at the colours on there. Now, you see I turned it over and did the back as well as the front, which is really important to get it properly dry. Now I want to show you another one that I've done, so you can see on there. And I've also got this one which I've brought the colours in a little bit more, but this one is lovely and dry. But it depends what you want. So I've got one where it's much bigger, one where it's a little bit more controlled, but you can see I've done roughly the same colours and I've just given them a little spurt. And I'm just going to bring this back in to show you, but look at that. Hasn't that kept to those colours perfectly? Now the only other thing I've done is I've added a couple of liquid pearls on there, but that's entirely up to you. Now remember, with my monthly challenges, I haven't really said that much about them. With my monthly challenges, it's all about you creating a project, and you could be creating papercraft. You could be doing mixed media, scrapbook booking, journaling. You could be doing a fabric, you know, soft craft project. Whatever you want to do, you can do whatever project you want. But the only thing you have to do is keep it roughly to the colours that I've picked. So in this case, the 2 burgundies, the oranges and the 2 blues. It's only an approximation. Please don't think, oh, I've not got that exact blue or that exact burgundy. It really doesn't matter. And again, look at that. Looks lovely. That onto the silver, but I think it's going to look even better when we put the blue layer in between as well. So I just got a little bit out of my pile. Really, really fine layer. Now I've just gone in with Collage glue on coated cardstock, which you're not supposed to do, but it's fine as long as it doesn't smudge, which that just did, but it's fine. I've wiped it away nice and quickly, so you can see. There we go. Oops. Just make sure I've got the border all the way around. There we are. And then I'm going to come in with this. Now actually what I think I might do is I might quickly put a little bit of red liner on the back of there, because a red liner is going to flatten it back out. Have I got... That is absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea where my pokey tool is. I was prepping these videos last night, because now I'm working, I sort of prep them one night and then film them the next. And I've clearly tidied it up and I can't find it. And you know what? I'm going to look in a minute and it's going to be so obvious. I can't see it anywhere. But never mind, it'll reappear. So I've got my red liner on there and I'm just going to put some Collage glue in the middle. I'm going to pop that onto here. So this is nearly done. This is really not going to take much doing. Now, if you struggle with your red liner, just run a little bit of glue over the top, because once that touches, it sticks, believe you me. There we go. And that is all I would do to bring in my colour palette. Look at that. Have I hit the nail on the head there? Those beautiful colours all across there. Now, I've made 2 projects today with this colour palette. I'm going to record the second one. So today is Monday when I launch these videos. Tomorrow, for my Technique Tuesday, I am going to do a second project straight away using this colour palette. So please come back tomorrow and have a look. Do you like that? I love that. You could adapt that to any colour you wanted to. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I haven't finished it. I'd cut out some stars. I nearly forgot all about my stars. I'm doing this all the time. I've just got some star dies. It was just seeing those star dies sitting there just reminded me. And I even spent time filling up my glue. I forgot. I thought it was strange. I've not done any embellishments. Dear me. This is what happens when you prep like this. So I'm going to put that one on just there. I'm going to get a blue one and put it, so just use scraps of after I'd cut out the mats and layers down there. Then I'll do a silver one, just come in across there. Let's do a blue one. Let's do them slightly different, so the blue one can come out from underneath the silver one like that. And as soon as I put them out, let's do one each of these. Let's go one there. Try not to be symmetrical, it looks so much better for it. Actually, let's do that one there. No, I want it that way around. I want blue on top, don't want too much silver. How about like that? There we go. How about like that? I knew there was something else. Now, I hope you've enjoyed that. Please, please, please have a go at making your own project in this colourway. Like I say, I'm going to make another one that I'm going to be showing you tomorrow on Tuesday for my Technique Tuesday. So please come back and look at that. Now, if you like that, please make your project. You'll be able to see full instruction post on my Facebook page. There'll be a picture of this card where you can post your creations that you want. And I will now be able to judge all the entries for the May competition. So yes, that's going to be really, really good fun. I'd love for you to have a go with your colour palette. What does this colour palette say to you? Are you going to be stamping? Are you going to be colouring? I'm actually going to be using my alcohol pens in my next project using this colour palette. Yeah, have a look. All the links to things I want are going to be down here, just down here. So please, please click on those links. It really, really helps me. But thank you for watching. I'd love to know that you are subscribing as well, and that you've enjoyed this video. So yes, happy crafting everyone. And until tomorrow, until the second project in my monthly colour challenge, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye for now.